Good afternoon, everyone. We're just getting ready for the CCHA Prior Lake game, Prior Lake Savage. It's going to be a good game. Prior Lake is ranked pretty high so far this year. Yep. I am. I'm live. Just watching the boys get organized here. All right. Looks like Lorenzen will drop in. Christensen to his right, Hagen to his left. Out back, it looks like Stefan and Johnson. That goes down in the corner. Prior Lake comes around the boards. Sets front pinches, keeps it in. Christensen, Farley controls, get it back out. Bounces out Sestefan's stick, comes in, and a goal. Oh, that was quick. 20 seconds into the game, and Farley goes up 1-0. Urban Charlie Rasmussen will come out back. Lorenzen line will stay out. Rasmussen back for it. Passes it back behind the net. Throws it up the boards. Gets deflected. Comes back to Ermentrout. Throws it over to Hagen. Hagen deflects it over the boards. Comes back around. Christensen will pick it up. Throws it out of the zone, all the way down. Hagen skating for it, but that's going to be offside. Puck went on its side, rolled all the way down. Nothing you can do about that. All right, new line comes out. It'll be Ulrich. He steps into the face-off. Puck goes back behind the net for Rasmussen. Goes along the boards. It's past him. Past Swarthout. Comes all the way down. That's going to be another icing call. 14 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first period. Prior Lake scored within the first 20 seconds. Tough shot for Leela to block. Just scoops through on the right side of the pipe. That comes out. That hit the top bar and went straight down. Did not cross the line. That comes out. Armentrout blocks that. Gets in the corner for Rasmussen. Rasmussen throws it to Swarthout. Swarthout throws it to Erickson, but Erickson missed it. Rasmussen has it back behind the net. That comes out. Shot on net. Nice save by Leela. Swarthout picks it up. Ulrich. Alongside the boards, able to deflect it in. They go off for a line change. Schwartzbau and Reichert come out. Johnson deflects that over to Reichert. Reichert throws it, hits Ulrich. Ulrich coming in. Not going to get, brings it straight through the crease. Couldn't get a shot off. Throws it up to Eide. Eide's shot, tries to hit Schwartzbau, does. Schwartzbau shot, nice save by the Prior Lake goalie. Comes back behind the net. Prior Lake gets it up, heads off for a line change. Einert out though. Comes back to Eide. Eide tries to deflect it up, hits Einert. Comes out to Prior Lake. Back to Johnson, or to Eide. Eide sends it into the corner. Einert picks it up right behind the net. Tries to get it up to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau Bounces it to Reichert. Reichert has it at center ice. He'll carry it in and dump it. Goes into the corner. Prior Lake gets it. They deflect it up. Nice job by Johnson deflecting that puck. Shot hits the side of the net. Johnson in the corner with it. Back to Johnson. He throws it across ice. Comes out of the zone. Prior Lake will switch back up again. Hagen in for Reichert. Up alongside the net. Shot. Nice save by Leela. Puck comes over. And Hagen threw it out of the zone. Comes back to Prior Lake. All the way across the zone. Estefan is out there. Leg race. He's able to deflect it into the corner. Picked up by Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Christensen. Gets it out of the zone. Prior Lake will regroup. Hagen putting on some pressure. Comes up to Sestafot. Sestafot loses in his skates. Puck comes out. Lorenzen's able to keep it in the corner. He's got it now picked up by Prior Lake. Puck comes all the way back around the net for Armentrout. Armentrout gets it to Sestafon and flicks it out of the zone. Looking all the way down. Icing is waved off. Puck comes over. Armentrout able to keep it into the zone, sends it down deep. Forwards back behind the net. Throws it into the corner. Prior Lake tries to go cross ice. Swarthout dumps it to Ulrich. Ulrich back to Swarthout. And Swarthout gets checked off the puck just as he's sticking a stick out. Puck comes out to Swarthout. Brings it in. Shot. Goes back at it. Brings it through the zone. Throws it back behind the net. Can't get there. Picked up by Prior Lake. They'll carry it out. Picked up by Erickson. Erickson throws it back to Armentrout. Over to Ulrich. Ulrich deflects it at the center line into the zone. That comes right back out. Cross ice to Heinert. Heinert loses it to a Prior Lake player. Rasmussen in the corner. Shot goes back behind the net. Puck comes out to Swarthout. Swarthout flicks it ahead. Reichert's just coming out of the box. He dumps it into the zone. Heinert in the corner with it along with Reichert. Puck comes out. Prior Lake controls. They'll throw around the back of their net. Schwartzbau right there. He picks it up, gets it to Heinert. Heinert throws it in. Reichert deflects it right on net. Goes into the corner, back behind the net. Picked up. Rasmussen's got it at center ice. Throws it over to Heidi. Heidi tries to hit Reichert, but it ends up on a Prior Lake stick. They come into the CCHA zone. They'll dump it. Heidi back with it now. Back to Prior Lake. Back down low. That comes out. Shot. Gets deflected into the corner. Rasmussen's there. Throws it up the boards for Reichert. Reichert tries to get out of the zone, but it's kept in by Prior Lake. But it's through right up in front. Nice job by Leela covering the play. 8 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the first period. Score is Prior Lake 1, CCHA 0. Lorenzen in to take the face off. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson throws it around the boards to Hagen. Hagen flecks it out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Sestafot. He hits Christensen. Christensen coming into the zone. Shot on. It gets deflected back behind the net by the Prior Lake goalie. Comes out. Lorenzen and Hagen are able to keep it back into the corner. Hagen goes into the corner with it. Comes cross ice. Johnson tries to stand up a player. Broken out by... Nice save by Leela. Christensen has it now. Throws it cross ice. Hagen sips it. But it's just out of his reach. Puck comes out. Swarthout throws it alongside the boards. Prior Lake picks it up along the boards. Ulrich. Ulrich to Swarthout. Swarthout flicks it back to Erickson. Erickson throws it back up and puts it on a Prior Lake player's stick. Prior Lake carries it in only temporary, so they'll have to regroup. Puck comes in. Prior Lake will dump it all the way down. Johnson has it now back behind the net. Tries to flick it up to Swarthout. Can't. He'll carry it back behind the net again. Passes it off the net. Gets it up to Erickson. Erickson tries to flick it back. That comes out to Erickson. Erickson tries to hit Swarthout. Gets it along the boards. Prior Lake will pick it up. Bring it back out of their zone. It's 2-on-1. Garmentrout. Shot goes wide of the net. Up to the point. Picked up by Erickson alongside the boards. Back to Sestafant. Sestafant throws it back around the net. Swarthout's there. Swarthout bounces it along the boards. Out to center ice. Picked up by Reichert. Reichert will carry it in. Weak shot on net. Follows up. Goes into the corner. Puck comes out of the zone. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it over to Johnson. No, excuse me, Heidi. Puck comes out. Rasmussen will chase after it. He gets there first. Gets a Schwartzball. Schwartzball sends it across ice, trying to hit Heiner. Ends up on the stick of Prior Lake. Puck comes through the zone. Nice save by Alila. Puck comes out. Schwartzball will pick it up. He flicks it out of the zone. Into Prior Lake. Waving is blown off. Lorenzen picks it up. Brings it into the corner. Back behind the net. Loses it in the back of the net, though. Hagen in. Gets it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen throws it back in deep. Oh, we're going to get an offsides call. Puck just came out. Armentrout tried to keep it in, but it just didn't get there. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the first period. CCHA 0, Prior Lake 1. Lorenzen steps in. That comes out to Heidi. Heidi dumps it into the Prior Lake zone, only temporarily. That comes out to Lorenzen, but jumps his stick. Comes back to Heidi. Heidi to Johnson. Johnson tries to hit Christensen. Christensen back to Lorenzen, back to Christensen. Christensen's got Hagen off to the right. Puck comes out front. No one's home. Prior Lake will carry it out of their zone. Hooks up away by Heidi. Back to Lorenzen. Heidi takes another shot at it. Lorenzen in the corner. Heidi back behind the net with it now. Throws it up to Hagen. Hagen tries to hit Christensen, but it's knocked out of the air by Prior Lake. Prior Lake shot by Lila, and that's a glove save. 5 minutes and 41 seconds here. Fuck! Sorry. All right, boys. Let's stay on top of things. 5 minutes and 30. Back to Sestafant. Sestafant loses it in the corner, but then picks it up again back behind the net. Gets centered up to Prior Lake. Prior Lake brings it to the point. Shot gets through to Lila. Lila saves it. Comes out to Reichert. Reichert's got Schwartzbau. Hits him. But Prior Lake will deflect off that. Armentrout comes around. Poke check that away. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert throws it along the boards. Comes up to the point for Prior Lake. They send it down deep. Gets back behind the net. Gets deflected. Shot. Lila save. Comes to Sestafant. Sestafant trying to hit Schwartzbau. Comes all the way down. That's going to be an icing call. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the first period. CCH 0, Prior Lake 1. No penalties so far in this game, which is great. Ulrich line out there. Ulrich will take the face off. Puck comes out. Prior Lake controls. Sends it down deep. They have it back behind the net. Throws it out front. Swarthout deflects that puck into the corner. Comes back to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich will carry it in. He loses that only temporarily. Eriksson will throw it back behind the net. Stefan pitches to keep it down, gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout throws it back to Ulrich. Ulrich leaves it for Swarthout, but it's picked up by Prior Lake. And he throws that back along the boards. Swarthout trying to pick up a player. Deflected out of the zone. Nice job, boys. Comes all the way down. Icing is waved off because it doesn't get there. Puck comes up Prior Lake. They carry it in. ID right there. Throws it back behind the net. Puck comes over to Hagen. Hagen tries to get it to Lorenzen, but it gets deflected off the skate. Puck comes through the crease. They're going to wave off of icing. Puck goes into the corner. All the way down for Idy. Idy will have it at the point. His shot gets deflected into the corner. Hagen back behind the net with it now. Hagen bounces it up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen throws it back into the corner. Prior Lake picks it up. They get it out of the zone. ID cross ice. They'll pick up the Prior Lake player where Rasmussen grabs a hold of the puck. Rasmussen throws it cross ice, trying to hit Hagen. Bounces off him to a Prior Lake player. Prior Lake dumps it into their zone. It comes around the back of the net, alongside of the ice, or alongside of the things. Rasmussen picks it up, gets it to Johnson. Johnson throws it to Christensen. Christensen deflects it into the zone. Icing's waved off. Lorenzen back behind the net with it. Puck comes out. Sestefan able to keep it in. It's Lorenzen out front, but it's just deflected temporarily. Puck will come all the way down, and that will be an icing call on Prior Lake. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the first period. Score CCHA 0, Prior Lake 1. Ulrich, Eriksson, and Swarthout line will switch out up front. Back, puck comes to Johnson. Johnson throws it back into the corner for Ulrich. This jumps Ulrich's stick. They're sent alongside the boards. Back to Johnson. Johnson's puck gets deflected and out of play. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the first period. Ulrich right will stay out there. Swarthout to his left. Eriksson to his right. Back is Sestefan and Johnson. Swarthout comes away with the puck. Gets it between one player's skate, but gets brought down after that. Comes cross ice. Deflected into the CCHA zone. Gets dropped. Ulrich picks it up, gets it out. Prior Lake will regroup in their zone. Cross ice. Dumped in. Picked up by Sestefan. Throws it back to Johnson. Up comes cross ice. Blocked by Johnson. Puck goes into the corner. Sestefan, long back behind it. Goes across the crease. Puck comes over to Johnson. He'll carry it back. Turns around. Sends it cross ice to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer throws it up to Reichert. Reichert will dump it into the zone. Chase after it. It comes out. Good point. Prior Lake will carry it in. Gets dropped. Shot goes wide of the net. Comes up. Break it alongside the boards with it. Schwartzbauer comes in to help out. And looks like it's gloved by Lila with 49 seconds left here in the first period. All right. Lorenzen, Hagen, Christensen will come out. Rasmussen and Schwartzbauer back. Lorenzen gets the face-off. Gets it to Schwartzbauer. Armentrout. Armentrout gets it over to Hagen. Hagen flicks it. Gets it up to Christensen. Christensen coming in. Tries to get around. Gets taken down. No interference call there. Puck comes up into the netting, and that'll be out of play with 34 seconds left in the first period. Christensen steps in to take the face off. Lorenzen to his right, Hagen to his left. Rasmussen and Ermentrout out back. Puck comes out to Ermentrout, back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen shot, knocked down by the Prior Lake goalie, but he couldn't control it in his glove. It came back out. Puck comes all the way down. Rasmussen will pick it up back behind the net. Tries to get alongside the boards and out of the zone, and he does. Prior Lake will regroup. Hagen in to help Pester on that. Puck comes to Prior Lake. They get it into the zone. Rasmussen picks it up, throws it alongside the boards. 3, 2, 1. All right, folks. We're going to take a 60-second break, and then we'll be back for period number 2. All right, here we go for period number 2. Heinert line out there. Schwartzbau to his left. Riker to his right. Back is Ermentrout and Rasmussen. Heinert didn't take the face off. Flips it up. Comes into, Riker almost broke one there. Couldn't get at it. Comes back in. We're going to get an offsides call as Riker couldn't get back inside. All right. Face off will be to the far dot, just outside the Prior Lake zone. Puck comes back to Ermentrout. Ermentrout sends it up to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau back to Ermentrout, but it comes out of the zone. Ermentrout sends it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets it up to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau will throw it into the zone. Heinert and Riker chasing it after it. Riker's got it in the corner. Comes out to Heinert. Heinert gets tied up. It comes out to Prior Lake. Just get into the zone. Ermentrout breaks up that play, gets to Riker. Riker gets the puck out, and icing is not waved off. We have 14 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the second period. Puck will come all the way down to the Prior Lake zone. Ulrich line out there. Ulrich steps in to take the face off. That comes out. Deflected into the corner. Puck comes to Ulrich. Ulrich has it. He got his back, gets it out, gets it to Christensen or Eriksson. Eriksson tries to hit Swarth out, just out of his reach, and that's going to be another icing call. 15 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the second period. Score is still CCHA 0, Prior Lake 1. Ulrich line will stay out there. That comes out to Prior Lake. Shot. Leela throws it back into the corner. Ulrich there for it. Comes out to the point for Prior Lake. They send it across ice. Back again. Picked up by Heidi. Heidi gets to Erickson. Erickson will flip it in and chase after it. Erickson with it back behind the net. Work out in to help out. That comes back. Prior Lake controls. He'll send it all the way down. And that will be no icing. Is waved off. Heidi goes into the corner with it. Lorenzen in now to help him out. Heidi comes away, gets it to Christensen. Christensen has it, carried out of the zone, brings it up to center ice, into Prior Lake, into the corner, back behind the net. Loses control of it, but picks it back up again. Tries to hit Hagen out front. Oh, that comes out to Heidi. He gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen able to get into the zone. He checked out the puck. That comes out. Hagen there. Gets it up to Ermentrout. Ermentrout sends it into the other corner. Christensen right there. Puck checks it back behind. Prior Lake sends it back behind the net. Ermentrout pinches. Able to keep it into the zone. Sends it back. Christensen back behind. Comes out to Hagen. Hagen trying to get it to Christensen. Puck will come all the way down. Ermentrout's right there. We'll get there first. Throws it up the boards to Lorenzen. Lorenzen throws it up to Schwartzbaum and heads off for a change. Puck comes out. Prior Lake has it. They try to get it up ice. Prior Lake fans tried to hit the person at the point. No one was there. Schwartzbaum's back now, putting some pressure on. Comes cross ice. Comes up center ice. Sestafant right there. He shoves it over to Reichert. Reichert has it along the boards. He'll dump it in. Heiner goes back behind the net. That's the puck. Prior Lake will try to get it up. Heidi able to pinch and keep it in on Swarthout's stick, but Swarthout has to bring it out of the zone. They'll pick it up and leave it for Sestafant. Sestafant brings it back behind the net. Goes cross ice, loses the puck, brings it up to the corner, gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout tries to leave it to Ulrich, but Ulrich just overskated it a bit. Puck comes back in. Heidi deflects it, gets it to Sestafant. Ulrich has it in the corner. Ulrich brings it in, shot, saved by the Prior Lake goalie. Comes back out, goes out in front, picked up by Prior Lake. They throw across ice. Rasmussen and Johnson out back. Excuse me, that's Rasmussen and Heidi. That puck goes over the net, and the net looks like it might be off. So the whistle's blown with 10 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the second. We get a face-off to the left of Lila. Line change as the Lorenzen line comes out. Lorenzen takes the face-off, comes out to Prior Lake. Prior Lake back behind the net. Nice save by Lila, and that's a goal. All right, 10 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the second period. Score is CCHA 0, Prior Lake 2. Heiner line out there now. Schwartzbaum to the left, Reichert to the right. Rasmussen and Heidi out back. Puck comes out, cross ice. Rasmussen will pick it up. So tries to get out of zone. Comes back, now it's out. Prior Lake throws it back in. That comes out, picked up by Schwartzbaum. Schwartzbaum throws it on the boards, gets it out of the zone. Heiner picks it up, sends it back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets it to Heiner. Heiner to Schwartzbaum. Schwartzbaum skated in. Tries to fit Reichert across ice. Can't. Puck will come out of the zone. Heidi will pick it up. Doubles back. He'll carry it in. Comes in, his shot gets deflected, goes back behind the net. That comes out to Prior Lake. Prior Lake will throw it all the way down and around. Picked up by Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh bounces it up to Ulrich. Ulrich deflects that puck, gets into the Prior Lake zone, but they control. Ulrich picks it up, gets it back to Johnson. Johnson tries to hit Swarthout. Gets deflected. Erickson will pick it up, and that'll be an offside call as Swarthout gets pushed into the Prior Lake zone. 8 minutes and 53 seconds left here in the second. Ulrich line will come out, or they're there. Ulrich in to take the face off. Puck comes over to Erickson. Picked up, in, another goal. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second. Prior Lake now up 3-0 over CCHA. Lorenzen, Christensen, and Hagen head out. Lorenzen will take the face off. Christensen will be to his left, Hagen to his right. Back is Ermentrout and Rasmussen. Puck comes out. Rasmussen throws it back out of the zone. Prior Lake regrouping. Flips it into the corner. Rasmussen doubles back. Puck comes back into the other corner. Up to the point for Prior Lake. Send across ice. Shot goes over the net. Picked up by Ermentrout. Ermentrout throws it back behind the net. Puck comes along the boards. Hagen able to get it out. Christensen putting on some pressure. Puck comes back out. Ermentrout able to skate through. I think we're going to get a tripping call on Ermentrout. Yep. First penalty of the game will be against CCHA. So Ermentrout goes off. 2 minutes for tripping. 7 minutes and 58 seconds left here in the second. Reichert and Heinert out there to kill the penalty, along with Rasmussen and Johnson. That comes up to the point. Just out of the reach of Heinert. Shot goes across the crease, deflected by Reichert. That comes back down to Johnson. Johnson will throw it all the way down. That's going to be an icing call. Minute and 39 seconds left in the power play for Prior Lake. 7 minutes and 37 seconds left here in the second period. Heinert steps in to take the face off. Puck comes out, goes to the point for Prior Lake. Cross ice. Shot saved by Lula. Seven minutes, 28 seconds left. Minute and 31 in the power play for Prior Lake. We're going to get a full line change here. Swarthout and Swartbaugh out front. Sestefant and Rasmussen out back. That comes up to the point for Prior Lake. They send it down into the corner. That comes up. Hits the side of the net. Rasmussen sends it up, gets it to the point, comes back down deep. Deflected off of Swarthout. Comes up to the point for Prior Lake. Swarthout's able to deflect the puck, but only temporarily. Comes back to him though. Rasmussen picks it up. He gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout will carry it out. It comes in. And that's going to be a penalty for a hooking call on Prior Lake. Nice job. Will is good for two. That's his first. Picked up his first penalty. He's good for getting two. All right, so it's going to be a 4-on-4 for 47 seconds with 6 minutes and 44 left in the period. And then it'll be a 5-on-4 for a power play for CCHA for a little over a minute. Shot goes into the corner for Ulrich. Ulrich loses it, gets it to Erickson. Erickson gets it to Eide. Heidi's shot goes wide. Ulrich was right there. Couldn't get a stick on it, though. Back behind the net. Fire Lake gets it out. Johnson's going to grab it. Gets around. Fire Lake throws it up to the point. Down low. Up to the point. The shot gets through. Wheeler throws it in the corner for Erickson. Johnson comes, picks up the puck. He'll carry it across. It's Eide. Eide will dump it into the zone. Go off for a line change. Sorry. Christensen and Hagen come out now. Fire Lake dumps into the zone. Johnson will pick it up. He squirts it into the corner. Lorenzen will pick it up. Lorenzen gets around with one player, loses it alongside the boards. Fire Lake will just dump it in. Or CCHA at full strength on the power play for another 45 seconds. Comes up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen shot goes wide. Net comes off the mooring, and the whistle will get blown. 35 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. Ulrich Ryan will come out. And there's fourth out Heiner. Actually, Heiner. Well, and Sestafan will stay out while Johnson comes back for D. Ulrich wins a face-off, gets it to Heiner. Heiner to Sestafan. Sestafan over to Johnson. Johnson shot gets deflected. Fire Lake has a breakaway play here, short-handed, and a goal. All right, 20 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. Scores Fire Lake 4, CCHA 0. Lorenzen, Christensen, and Erickson out front. Armentrout and Rasmussen out back. Armentrout gets it, deflects it to Christensen. Christensen throws it in. Lorenzen in the corner, back behind the net with it. Tries the center. It's deflected. Rasmussen's able to keep it in. Erickson gets it over to Christensen. Both teams are at full strength now. Puck comes all the way through. Armentrout tries to keep that in. Just jumps his stick as the Fire Lake player comes out of the box. Goes cross ice. Rasmussen picks it up. Sends it around. Armentrout. Armentrout hits Erickson. Erickson gets lit up at center ice. And he's down. Griff took a heavy hit right there, right in front of the box. He's just going to take a minute. Actually, Griff looks like he's just fine. He's going to shake it off. Looks like it might have been, well, the refs are saying it was a clean hit. He's just going to take a minute. Heiner comes in, takes a face off. Gets it to Riker. Riker gets it in temporarily. Deflected off of Rasmussen's skates. Will come into the zone. Rasmussen's a lunatic. Heiner will pick it up. Tries to get it to Riker alongside the boards. Riker sends it up to the point for Fire Lake. Fire Lake's shot gets deflected into the corner. They're going to pick it up. Schwartzbauer carry it out. He's got Riker to his right. Goes one wide of the net. Einert picks it up. Tries to get it to sports foul. Comes out though. Johnson flings it up to Reichert. Reichert throws it into the zone. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the second period. Puck comes out. Idy's able to keep it in temporarily. Puck comes out. Johnson back. Shot. Lila throws it in the corner with his blocker. Comes back again. Lorenzen has it back behind the net now. Lorenzen will get it out of the zone. Christensen heading after it. Comes back to Hagen. Hagen throws it in, but we're going to get an offsides call as both Lorenzen and Christensen are still working their way towards the line. Exactly 3 minutes left here in the second period. Lorenzen, Christensen, and Hagen line out there. Lorenzen takes a face off. Christensen to his left. Hagen to his right. Back is Idy and Johnson. Puck comes out. Hagen gets it to Christensen. Gets deflected. Prior Lake can carry it in. Shot on Lila. Goes into the corner. Picked up by Prior Lake. And we're going to get a slashing call. Looks like it'll be on Prior Lake. So with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second period, CCHA will go up on a power play for the next 2 minutes. Ulrich line out there. Heinert's going to be to his right. Swarthout to his left. Out back is Armentrout and Rasmussen. Up comes to Armentrout. Armentrout's shot goes wide. Over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it to Armentrout. Armentrout down to Swarthout. Swarthout to Heinert. Gets deflected. Picked up by Armentrout. Armentrout to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it back to Swarthout. Swarthout to Heinert. Heinert back to Swarthout. Swarthout to Armentrout. And Rasmussen. Heinert throws it back behind the net. Ulrich picks it up. Gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout trying to get it. Heinert out front. Ulrich. Shot goes high and wide. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen throws it over to Swarthout. Swarthout tries to center. Bounces off of his stick funny and will come out of the zone where Rasmussen will pick it up and get it to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it across ice to Swarthout. Puck comes out. Armentrout blocks it with a skate, gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich will put it in the zone, but it's tied up alongside the boards. Rasmussen coming in to help. Puck comes out. Lorenzen will pick it up. He gets it to Idy. Idy throws it along the boards. Comes back to Idy. Ulrich throws it back behind the net. Lorenzen chasing in after it. Ericsson's back out on the ice. Good to see. About 19 seconds left in the power play. Sestefan picks it up. Dumps it into the zone. Ericsson's chasing in after it, along with Christensen. Puck will come out. It's deflected off the Christensen's stick. Christensen gets it over to Sestefan. Both teams are at full strength. Christensen deflects it over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen goes back behind the net. Puck comes back up the point for Sestefan. He sends it back in deep. Puck comes over to Swarthout. Prior Lake comes in. High to center. Johnson does a nice job of keeping that puck out of there. Swarthout gets checked at the last second, and that is it for the second period. Score here is CCHA 0, Prior Lake 4. We will be back in 60 seconds. All right, here we go for the third and final period. Heinert line out there, Riker to his right, Schwartzbow to his left. Out back is Sestefant and Johnson. Puck comes out, Prior Lake controls. Puck comes center ice, Johnson has it. Hooks it up to Schwartzbow, who bounces it off the boards, picks it up, shovels it ahead. Prior Lake controls, carries it out, gets into the zone. Johnson back behind them, boards with it. Puck comes out to Riker. Riker deflects it right to a Prior Lake player. Be able to push it off, get it to. Puck comes up to the point for Prior Lake. Shot gets deflected by Schwartzbow. Schwartzbow sends it over to Heinert. Comes back to the point for Prior Lake. They can't control it. Gets deflected out. Puck comes out. Gets through. Johnson's able to push that puck into the corner. Ulrich picks it up. Ulrich loses it. Comes back down. Back into the corner. Sestefan throws it up. It's Schwartzbow. Schwartzbow flips it up. Get it into the zone. We're going to get an icing call. Puck will come all the way down to the left of Lila with 13 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the game. Score is CCHA 0, Prior Lake 4. Ulrich takes the face off, comes up to the point, shot, gets deflected into the corner, thrown out front, goes through the crease. Prior Lake picks it up, sends it back down low. Ulrich is there, gets it over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, puck gets deflected. Ulrich will get it out of the zone. Erickson trying to get there, and he does. Erickson comes in. Goal! Jeff Erickson, unassisted goal. 13 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the third period. Score CCHA 1, Prior Lake 4. So I've got some work to do, boys. Ulrich steps in for the face-off. Puck comes out to Prior Lake. Puck comes back to Armentrout. Armentrout gets it up to Erickson. Back to Prior Lake. Armentrout puts a nice check on. Rasmussen has it back behind the net. He doubles back. Ulrich shoves it up to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it to Hagen. They're going to carry in. Shot. Deflected out. Comes out of the zone. Christensen will pick it up. They'll dump it right back in again. Hagen with it in the corner. Comes back to Prior Lake. Goes back behind the net. Prior Lake picks it up. Picked up by Rasmussen. He throws it back down to Hagen. Hagen will dump it in. Christensen chasing after it now. Prior Lake in the corner with it. Comes out to center ice. Eddie able to keep it in, only temporarily. Puck comes back. Hagen's able to keep it out of the zone. Prior Lake waiting for everybody to get outsides. Comes back to Eddie back behind the net. Eddie leaves it for Johnson. Johnson gets it up to Reichert. Reichert throws it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen tries to bounce it back to Reichert. Reichert has it alongside the boards. Puck squirts out. Eddie will pick it up. Eddie doubles back. Throws it up to Schwartzbow. Schwartzbow carries it back behind the net. Out front. Trying to get it to Heinert. He does. Heinert sends it into the zone. Reichert there gets it to Heinert. Shot. Saved by a Prior Lake goalie. He sends it back behind the net. Heinert in the corner right now. Comes away. Comes down. Prior Lake will pick it up. Sends it across ice. Syracuse breaks up the play, comes to Lila, and Lila's going to cover that puck. 10 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the third period. Score is CCHA 1, Prior Lake 4. Ulrich line out there. Take the face off, pushes in the corner for Ermentrout. Ermentrout sends it around for Swarthout. Swarthout trying to hit Ulrich. Can't. Prior Lake carries it in, drops it. Puck gets taken away by Erickson. Puts on Ermentrout's stick. Ermentrout will carry it down. Brings it into the corner. Goes back behind the net. Erickson deflects it. Gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout tries to get it. He gets tripped. No call. Puck comes up to the point. And Prior Lake will carry it out. And the trail gets it off his skate, gets it back out of the zone to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich trying to hit a couple players, but gets kicked down in the meantime. Puck comes back to Ermentrout. Ermentrout bounces it down the board, trying to get it to Christensen. Prior Lake comes away with it. They try to center, but it's broken up by Ermentrout. Puck comes around, comes out. Oh my God! Ermentrout picked that puck out of the net. Out of the zone. Christensen has it. Nice shot by Hagen. Trying to put a stick on it. Just can't get there. Puck comes cross ice. Lorenzen's right there to pick it up. Carries it back behind the net. Prior Lake's able to keep it in. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Sestafant. Sestafant tries to get it out of the zone. Comes back into the corner. Rasmussen picks it up. Gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen has it. Still fighting for it. Christensen comes in. Rasmussen comes in to help him out. He sends it up to the point for Prior Lake. Prior Lake tries to center. Sestafan able to break that up. Puck goes off the pipe, back behind the net. Turn around. There it is. Rasmussen and Sestafan back behind the net. Comes out to the point. Shot deflected by Christensen. Christensen sends it down. Hagen chasing after it. Prior Lake will get there just ahead of him. Puck comes out. Prior Lakes gets it in, deflected by Rasmussen. Comes out to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau trying to get it to Reichert. Command, centered. Rasmussen deflects that. We're going to get a holding call. Looks like it'll be Heiner for holding. Ulrich line will come out with Swarth out up front. Johnson and Idy out back. Ulrich will take the face off. Puck comes up to the point. Goes cross ice into the corner. Up to the point. Back down low. Swarthout does a nice job puck checking it away. Prior Lake recovers. Down in the corner. Brings it up top. Back down low. Skates it in. Nice deflection by Johnson. Puck comes over. Comes up to the point for Prior Lake. Down low, skates in. Deflected over. Up to the point for Prior Lake. Down low. Shot gets deflected by Johnson into the corner. About a minute left in the power play for Prior Lake. Puck comes over. Shot goes wide of the net. All the way up. Prior Lake's able to keep it in. Shot saved by Alila. Oh, loses it. Comes up to the point for Prior Lake. Down low. Prior Lake tries to get across. Shot deflected. Heidi's there to pick it up. Got 20 seconds left in the power play now. Shot goes all the way through. Picked up by Johnson. He gets it up to Ulrich. Ulrich will get it out of the zone. And it looked like it might have deflected off of the CCHA box, and so we're going to get a whistle. 11 seconds left in the power play. Lorenzen and Christensen will be up top. Sestefant and Armentrout out back. Puck comes back to Armentrout after getting stuck in the ref skates. Sestefant will pick it up. It's deflected. He sends it back alongside the boards. Both teams are at full strength. Nets off its moorings with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the game. Score CCHA 1, Fire Lake 4. Lorenzen to take the face off. Puck comes to Sestefant. He'll throw it all the way around the boards. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen pushes it up. Puck gets on its edge, and that's going to be an icing call. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left here in the third. Puck will come all the way down to the right of Lila. Lorenzen takes the face off. Comes up to the point for Prior Lake. The throw cross ice, picked up by Christensen. Christensen hits Hagen. Hagen's got it. He can get there. He can't. He does get one on net. It's pushed into the corner. Prior Lake switches it up. It's a 2-on-1 now. Nice job by Sestefant deflecting that puck. He hits Hagen. Hagen loses the puck. Puck comes out. Armentrout stands up a player. Sportsball coming around to pick up the puck. Nice job by Sestefant getting back again. Armentrout throws that up for Hagen. Hagen will bring it across the boards. Comes cross ice. Armentrout just misses it. It'll come all the way back down. They're saying it's tipped. Sestefant picks it up. Throws it back around the net. Gets it to Sportsball. Sportsball gets it out of the zone. Goes cross ice. Back in the zone. Sportsball tries to get a puck on it. Or a stick on it. Can't. Puck comes all the way down. No icing. Picked up by Fire Lake. Their shot goes over the net. Back into the corner with it now. Heinert in to help him out. Sestefant pushes it up to the point. Shot. Leland covers. 4 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the third period. Score is still CCHA 1, Fire Lake 4. Ulrich in to take the face off. Gets it over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen throws it around. Erickson gets there, but it's deflected out front. Still open, and they blow the whistle. I think because the net might have been on. Not sure why. Slashing call on Fire Lake. So there is a penalty. CCHA will go up on a power play for the next 2 minutes. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the third period. Ulrich to take the face off. Puck goes into the corner. Comes out to Rasmussen at the point. He doubles back, throws it across ice. Erickson there. Deflects it back to Ulrich. Ulrich sends it back to Eide. Eide down to Swarthout. Swarthout carries it in. Oh, Erickson almost had a second one. Heidi throws it back into the corner. Back up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen throws it over to Heidi. Heidi down to Swarthout. Swarthout is skated in. Nice job. Come on, boys. Oh. So Rasmussen will get back in time. Be a shot. Nice save by Leela. Rasmussen gets it to Swarthout. Minute and 15 seconds left here in the power play for CCHA. Puck gets deflected. Lorenzen deflects it again. Comes into the zone, but only temporarily. Control to Prior Lake at center ice. They'll carry it in. Lorenzen puts a heavy hit on. Comes in. Nice job by Leela. Puck comes over to the corner. Prior Lake fighting for it. Johnson gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen hits Christensen, or tries to. He deflects it. It goes into the zone. 30 seconds left here in the power play. Puck's offsides as a Prior Lake player was injured that didn't get called. And it'll come over to the near dot on the Prior Lake side. Heinert in to take the face off. Scott Riker to his right, Schwartzbach to his left. Sestafot comes back to him. Goes across ice to Johnson. Johnson just misses Schwartzbach. Prior Lake in control in their zone with about 20 seconds left here in the power play. Riker lets Sestafon have it. Oh, almost tipped out front by Schwartzbach. Johnson will pick it up at the point. Sends it down low. Comes back out. Jumps his stick. We're going to get an offsides call as Riker wasn't back. 9 seconds left here in the power play. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game. Heinert line will stay out there. Riker to his right, Schwartzbach to his left. Back to Sestafon and Johnson still. Johnson picks it up. Deflects off of Prior Lake skate. Picked up by Heinert. Heinert gets it to Johnson. Johnson hits Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach throws it in, but it gets deflected by Prior Lake. Prior Lake's at full strength now. Picked up by Sestafon. Sestafon tries to get it up to Riker, but picked up. Riker gets it out of the zone, comes out Prior Lake. They control at center ice. Schwartzbach is there. He keeps it out of the zone now. Puck comes out. Deflected. Johnson there. Keeps it out of the zone, the center ice. Shot. Nice save by Leela. Picked up by Sestafon. Sestafon and carried out. Got Hagen and Lorenzen with them and dumps it to Christensen. Or Lorenzen. Lorenzen shot, save. Comes out. And we're going to get a cover by the Prior Lake goalie with 1 minute and 13 seconds left here in the game. The score is CCHA 1, Prior Lake 4. All right, Lorenzen will be out to take the face off. Hagen's to his right, Christensen to his left. Back is Armstrong and Rasmussen. Puck comes to Christensen. He gets shoved off the puck. Comes out center ice. Rasmussen skating after it. They get there before Prior Lake. It's picked up by Prior Lake. Lorenzen breaks up the play along with Armentrout. Armentrout in the corner with it now. Comes out front. Lorenzen picks it up. Throws it alongside the boards. Up to the point. Deflected off of Lorenzen's skate. Rasmussen alongside the boards. Lorenzen in to help out. Christensen will come away with it. Throws it along the boards. Trying to hit Hagen. That's going to be an icing call with 32 seconds left in the game. Ulrich, Swarthout, and Erickson line come out. Armentrout and Rasmussen will stay out there. Ulrich will take the face off. That comes out. Rasmussen to Swarthout. Swarthout gets dumped at center ice. Erickson picks it up. There's a shot. deflected by the Prior Lake goalie. Prior Lake will come down. Swarthout's going to go to the box for tripping. 13 seconds left in the game. Pretty safe penalty at this stage, as much as I hate to say it. Ulrich will take the face off. Puck comes out to the point. Shot gets through to Lila and he'll cover. 3 seconds ticked off. 9 seconds left in the game. Fire Lake controls off the face off. And that'll do it. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Appreciate it. Sorry we didn't get a better outcome for you. We're back here tomorrow afternoon for the Eden Prairie game. Hoping for a better outcome. Have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon.